Okay, this is a piece of Ligustrum Crotch that I also got from an acquaintance that lives here in town. They work for a nursery, and they had a Ligustrum die, and she thought of me when she saw the trunk. So it's going to be an oak crotch. It has a protrusion on this side, not so much a protrusion as here. This side had a natural dent, and so I drilled into there to make it flat. And you can kind of see there was a dead branch. This one has started to grow around it. You can see it's kind of an interesting wood. I didn't know what to expect. It's relatively light colored. And the red is from my miter saw. There's a lot of lichens on the bark. This will be the bottom, and the other side that has the natural depression that I added to will be the inside of the bowl. As you can see here, I'm knocking the lichens off with a wire brush because I'm probably not going to machine it much smaller than what it is now. I'm going to hollow out the inside. We'll see what that looks like. So I've turned it around. I do want to put some super glue on some of these soft spots, right here and right here. You may be able to tell they're kind of yellow. Okay, you might be able to see where I put it in. There's some dark areas where there were a couple of cracks. That's probably not a huge deal. And then here it's hard to see because of the angle of my camera, but this area is darker than it was. And same thing here. It wraps around. Okay, I'm going to drill this out a little bit. You can see that the thickness right now is maybe 2, and it's hard to see, but you can see the gap here is pretty big. So I'm going to drill it out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put some finish on, get some gloves, and it's going to be teak oil. I haven't tried it yet. See how it goes. All these free finishes. We'll see. This is suspect it's probably not going to work as well for this wood because this is not a dense wood. But we'll see. Looks really nice. Again, it's ligustrum, so I think it's a softwood. It's really a big bush. It's not really a tree, or it's a miniature tree. I don't know whether it's called a tree or a bush, but they don't get huge, at least not in this area. They're often used as hedges. This one was pretty good size, obviously. If this works out, my sister-in-law has one in her yard that's part of its dying, and so I might cut that off and turn it into something if this works out good. I got this piece from a neighbor who works in a nursery, and they had a dead ligustrum that they cut the branch off. They thought of me because I had showed them some stuff, and they said, hey, you might be able to make something out of this. So we'll see how it goes here. Looks pretty darn good. And this is a piece of Ligustrum Crotch. You don't normally think of it as being a tree or big enough, but apparently this one was pretty good size. It's got a, I don't know, 6 or 7 inch diameter across that trunk. I left the bark entirely on. I did scrape it with a wire brush, but I didn't remove it, and it looks very firm, very tight. Let's see, guess that's about it. Nothing else to say. Turned out I kind of like it. It's different.